me take you back to 2021. It was a Tuesday afternoon. I was sitting at my desk. Nothing special about the day. Nothing that felt different from any other Tuesday. And I made a decision in about 4 minutes that resulted in $2,000 hitting my crypto wallet in under an hour. Not from a job, not from a client, not from months of grinding, from a meme coin. An internet joke turned into a tradable asset, and for 1 hour on one Tuesday in 2021, that joke paid me more than most people make in a week. Now, before you get excited, I need to tell you something equally important. That same market that handed me $2,000 in an hour also handed other people devastating losses on the same day. People who did almost exactly what I did but got the timing wrong by 30 minutes. People who held when they should have sold. People who bought what I bought but 2 hours later. So this video is not to brag. And it's not a tutorial telling you to go buy meme coins right now. What it is an honest breakdown of what actually happened in 2021, why the meme coin market created opportunities that had never existed before and may never exist quite the same way again. What I did right, what I nearly did wrong, and most importantly, the framework for thinking about high-risk, high-reward assets that protects you from the version of this story that ends in losing everything instead of gaining $2,000. Because both endings are possible, and understanding the difference between them is worth more than any single trade. My name is Yeng and welcome to Personal Finance with Yeng, where I talk about real money moves, real crypto experiences, and wealth building strategies that actually change your financial life. If you're new here, subscribe and hit the like button below. This one is going to be a real story, so let's get into it. I want to paint a picture of 2021 for anyone who wasn't paying attention to crypto at that time. Because the environment wasn't like anything that had existed before it, and understanding the environment is what makes the $2,000 hour make sense. In 2021, specifically in the first half of the year, the crypto market was in the middle of one of the most aggressive bull runs in its history. Bitcoin had already crossed $60,000. Ethereum was making moves that seemed impossible 6 months earlier. And then something started happening in a quarter of the market that most serious investors were dismissing entirely. Meme coins. Now, here's what most people don't realize about meme coins in early 2021. There were very few of them. Dogecoin had been around since 2013 and was finally having its moment, partly because of Elon Musk's tweets, because retail investors discovered crypto during the pandemic, and because the entire market was flooded with liquidity and optimism. And then Shiba Inu launched, and a handful of others followed. The critical thing to understand is that in early 2021, you could count the major meme coins on one hand. Today, there are thousands. That scarcity created conditions for price movements that are genuinely hard to explain to someone who wasn't there watching it happen in real time. I was there, and I want to tell you exactly what I saw. Okay, so here's the honest version of the story. I had been watching the meme coin space for a few weeks before that Tuesday, not obsessively, but enough to notice that certain coins were following a pattern. Social media buzz would build around a coin, volume would spike, price would move fast, sometimes 50 or 200% in hours, and then it would come back down. Sometimes partially, sometimes almost entirely. The pattern wasn't reliable, but it was visible, and in early 2021, the window between bonds and price movement was longer than it would ever be again. On that Tuesday, I saw a coin starting to trend on social media. The community around it was growing fast, the volume was picking up. I made a decision, not perfectly but decisively, to put in an amount I was fully prepared to lose. And I want to be very specific about that because the amount I put in was money I had mentally already written off as gone. Not my rent, not my emergency fund, not money I needed for anything. Money I had set aside for high-risk trades that I knew could go to zero. Let me do the math out loud for you. I put in $500. The coin moved approximately 400% in the next 45 minutes. And then $500 times 4, that's $2,000. I sold. I moved the profit to a stable coin immediately. The coin continued to move higher at first, then lower. Within 2 hours of my exit, it had given back a portion of the gains. The $2,000 I made stayed $2,000 because I sold. The people who held, hoping for another 400%, watched it come back down. That is the whole story. It sounds simple, but it was not simple. And I want to be very honest with you about how much of it was skill versus timing versus luck, because I think that honestly is worth more to you than a story that makes me sound like a genius. Here's where I'm going to be really honest with you, because this is the part that most people telling these stories skip entirely. Of the $2,000 I made that day, I would attribute maybe 30% of it to genuine pattern recognition and risk management. The remaining 70% was timing luck in a market environment that will likely never exist in exactly that form again. And here's why that matters. The 2021 meme coin market had specific conditions that amplified anything. There were fewer coins competing for attention, so each one that got traction got significantly more traction per dollar of social media buzz than coins do today. The retail investor wave was at its peak. Millions of people who had never touched crypto before were opening wallets and buying whatever was trending. Liquidity was everywhere. Low interest rates meant money was cheap and people were taking risks they wouldn't normally take. Today, the meme coin market has thousands of tokens. The attention is fragmented. The retail wave has partly retreated. And the people running meme coin launches are significantly more sophisticated about extracting value from retail buyers than they were in 2021. This does not mean opportunity is gone, it means the game has changed. So let me give you the framework I actually use now, because the lesson from 2021 wasn't meme coins make money. The lesson was much more specific than that and much more useful. The first principle is what I call the loss tolerance allocation rule. And here's how I think about it out loud. Before you put any money into a high-risk asset, like meme coin, speculative altcoin, any position where losing 100% is a realistic outcome, ask yourself one question. If this goes to zero tomorrow, does my financial life change in any meaningful way? If the answer is yes, the position is too large, period. No trade, no matter how confident you feel, justifies risking money that you actually need. For that Tuesday trade, I put in $500. At that time, losing $500 was uncomfortable but not life-altering. That emotional calibration was the most important decision I made, more important than the coin I picked, more important than when I entered, and more important than anything else. Because if I had put in $5,000, money I was emotionally attached to, I would have held longer. I would have second-guessed the exit. I probably would have given back a significant portion of the gains chasing the next leg up. The second principle is the exit before entry rule. Decide when you're selling before you buy, not when the price is moving and your emotions are activated. Before you enter the trade, when you're calm, when you're thinking clearly, you decide. I sell at 400% and you hold to that decision regardless of what the market does after. I sold at $2,000 because I had decided before entering that I was taking profits at a specific multiple. The coin went higher after I sold. I do not regret selling because I also don't know if it was going higher and neither did anyone else. The third principle is the profit separation rule. The moment you close a profitable trade, move the profits somewhere stable. A stable coin, a savings account, off the exchange entirely. The psychological pull to roll profits into the next trade is one of the most expensive behavioral patterns in crypto. The people who made $2,000 in 2021 and then lost $3,000 trying to turn it into $20,000 are more common than the people who made $2,000 and kept it. I moved my profits to a stable coin within minutes of closing the trade. That decision protected that $2,000 from the very human temptation to immediately risk it again. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you meme coins are a reliable income strategy in 2026. They are not. They never were. But I also don't want to be the person who tells you the opportunity is completely gone, because that's not accurate either. What has changed is the ratio of opportunity to risk. In 2021, the ratio was more favorable for retail participants than it has probably ever been or will ever be again. Today, the ratio has shifted. There are more sophisticated players, there are more tokens, there are more mechanisms designed to extract money from people who enter late. But there are still cycles. There are still moments when a specific coin captures enough genuine community attention to create a real price movement. There are still people making real money and, losing real money in this space every single week. The difference between the people making money and the people losing money in the current meme coin environment comes down almost entirely to the three principles I just walked you through. Not which coin, not which platform, not which influencer they follow, the loss tolerance allocation, the exit before entry decision, and the profit separation discipline. Those three things protected my $2,000 in 2021. They are the only things I would trust to protect anyone's capital in this space today. Let me bring this all together with the honest summary I wish someone had given me before I ever made my first crypto trade. Making $2,000 in an hour from a meme coin is a real thing that happened to me in 2021. It was exciting. It was also the result of market conditions, timing luck, and one genuinely good risk management decision. Not genius, not a special system, not insider knowledge. High-risk assets like meme coins can be part of a financial strategy. They should never be the whole strategy, and they should never touch money that matters to your actual financial stability. If you're curious about crypto and you want to understand how to approach it intelligently, including the high-risk parts, this channel is where I break all of that down honestly. No hype, no promises, just the real experience and the real framework. Hit the like button below if this was the most honest crypto video you've watched in a while. Subscribe to Personal Finance with Yeng for weekly content on crypto, investing, and real money strategies. And drop a comment. Have you ever traded a meme coin? Did you profit or did you lose? I read every single one of you. See you in the next one. Bye!